Good morning and welcome to day 2 out on the Okefenokee swamp. It's about 7 o'clock, just watching the sunrise. Got serenaded by frogs and owls and other things we probably don't want to know what it was. Last night, nice and loud. It was really cool. Slept well for sleeping on a platform. Everybody's getting ready. About to have some breakfast here in a little bit and we'll get our day started.
Okay, they made it that far. They won't make. They made it around the corner. It's like probably 6 feet.
So a little update on the trip. We are about to take off for day 2, but we have decided not to play chicken with Mother Nature. Tomorrow it's anywhere between 50 and 70% chance of thunderstorms, anywhere from the morning to the afternoon to not at all. So we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna go ahead and do a 12-mile paddle out today. We're gonna go up to another platform, have lunch there, and then we're gonna paddle it on in. That's the update, and we're gonna get ready and go. One of the cool things about being out on this prairie is that this trail seems to be cut through and you just kind of weave and go back and forth, because there's Bob. You just follow the way he's going, and off in that distance is where Dave and Sharon are. It's really amazing how the water lilies and the lily pads and all the other plants help calm the water so much. You can see Dad and Bob up ahead, but the water looks like it hasn't been disturbed since they moved. So if you were wondering, this is how we're kind of keeping track. Okefenokee Swamp has done a great job of labeling, marking the trail, and this is mile marker 5 on the purple trail out around this prairie. Now what we're doing at this point is, I haven't really filmed a whole lot because it was just prairie wide open, kind of like what you see behind me, exposed for that. But now we're getting back into the Sewanee Canal, and we're gonna go in here and it's gonna get back to more kind of like what the first part of yesterday was, and probably a little bit better chance to start seeing some more gators, kind of like the little guy we saw back there, maybe even some owls and other birds. So I'm gonna constantly be looking up and looking down to see what we can see. if you feel like you're not having any luck finding gators, you can usually find evidence of them. Right here is a great example. You can kind of see where it makes a U. You can see something has kind of crawled through, slid through this area. It has matted down a lot of the grass and reeds in that area. Great evidence that there is a gator somewhere around us. Just because you're not seeing them doesn't mean they're not seeing you. You can see the bubbles where that big monster that we were just kind of following behind, we didn't want to pass him, we wanted to let him go at his own pace. But those bubbles, I think, indicate that he has gone down to the bottom and is laying down there waiting for us to go by. Hopefully you'll be able to hear, almost sounds like a cow or like a bullfrog. That's the gators talking to each other. We stopped at Coffee Bay again, had our lunch. And now at this point, we're actually about 3.5 miles in from the takeout spot. So just kind of taking our time, enjoying the sights and sounds again, and going to, see what we can do about getting in on at a decent time. This is really cool right here. It's naturally done by fire and just nature, and yet it looks like somebody carved out a tiki or a totem to a heron or something. Really, really cool. How about that for a final day? 5 barred owls in one day. We saw the one early on when we got back onto the main channel. We saw the one that Dad and I actually think might be one of the ones that lives in Coffee Bay that we saw back in 2014. Then we got to see the 2 juveniles that are about 1.5 miles in. We were told they're about 3 weeks old. They've fledged, and here in about the next week or so, they're gone. They're gonna take off. They're gonna get kicked out of home, so to speak. And then just a little ways down, we see an adult barred owl, which somebody thinks it might be one of the parents of those 2. So that is super, super awesome. And that's just one of the reasons why you come to the Okefenokee Swamp. Like I said, you get to see these animals in their elements. You're not guaranteed to, but there's a lot better chance to see them here than downtown Augusta, Atlanta, or just about wherever else that you might be. We're all loaded up. It was a great trip. Hate that we had to cut it short, but you don't mess with Mother Nature. It was better to be safe than sorry. Didn't want to be paddling out in thunderstorms when the wind could change. Didn't want to be soaked. Wouldn't have been able to, enjoy the sights and scenery. So it was just better to come in a day early. I hope you enjoyed the trip. If you did, hit the like button on this and the video before it. If you don't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video.